A perfect Sunday night for football.
It's time to go to work.
Who's got it better than us?
And 3-2 resolve.
I've been waiting all day for Sunday night. The tough get rough in a primetime fight. More than a game, it's everything's right. That's why we're waiting all day for Sunday night. All right, what a night, it's finally here. Sunday night football's kicking into high gear. The stars have arrived, come on, get up and cheer. Hey Jack, it's a fact, the show's back in town. Bengals and the Chargers in a nasty showdown. The stadium's rocking, time to crank up the sound. The NFL's best have come to play. Coast to coast, there's just one thing left to say. I've been waiting all day for Sunday night. The tough get rough in a primetime fight. More than a game, it's everything's right. That's why we're waiting all day for Sunday night.
I've been waiting to see this.
What in the world is going on?
This game is nuts out here tonight.
Waiting all day. Waiting all day for Sunday night.
The sun has just set on another beautiful day in Southern California. And the fans are settling in at spectacular SoFi Stadium in Inglewood to see their 6-3 Los Angeles Chargers. And their quarterback, Justin Herbert, taking on fellow class of 2020 first-rounder Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals on NBC's Sunday Night Football. Thanks for having us in. Mike Tirico, Chris Collinsworth, Melissa Stark down on the field. Like this matchup, Chris, the Chargers, one of the fun turnaround stories this year. They've already won more games than they did last year. They're in a playoff spot right now. And Jim Harbaugh walked through that door and turned things around. What is it of the Harbaugh experience that sticks out to you?
A little bit of everything, honestly, but I would call it entertaining, competitive intensity, you know? You know the guy can coach. You know that he's going to make your quarterback better, and you know you're going to have some fun along the way. We had a blast with him with our meeting, and that's probably exactly why this Chargers team seems to be getting better every single week.
On the other side, Cincinnati's been a very different story. They're 4-6, and 3 of those losses, excruciating losses to good teams like Kansas City, Baltimore twice by 1 point last time out. None of it the fault of Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase. Chris, they're playing at an extraordinary level.
Trey Hendrickson, too, who leads the National Football League with 11 sacks. So the Stars have been absolutely great. But the Bengals are out of rope. I mean, let's face it, this team is simply too good to be watching the playoffs from their couch this year. But if they're going to get something going, it has to be right now.
And it probably has to be led by a guy who's been as good as any receiver in the NFL this season. That is Jamar Chase. Just one of the stars. Center stage in LA tonight with the Chargers and the Bengals on Sunday Night Football.
NBC Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
Chargers going for a 4th straight win. 5 of the Bengals' losses have been by 6 or less. Storylines as these teams get set to meet here at SoFi tonight. The last time the Bengals played here, Super Bowl 56 against the Rams. Tonight, just trying to keep the postseason flame burning, but it's not easy. With more on that, here's Melissa Stark. Hi, Melissa.
Hi, Mike, that's right, and the playoffs start in just 8 weeks, and the Bengals know time is running out to turn their season around. Head coach Zach Taylor telling us there's a heightened sense of urgency this week because they're trying to stay alive. Joe Burrow told us, I'm playing the best ball of my career, but we're losing, and that doesn't feel great. Adding the season's been frustrating, but we're right in the wild card race, and as long as I keep playing like this, the Bengals will, quote, find our way in. Defensive end Sam Hubbard described tonight's matchup as a one-game playoff, saying we have to get this win. So some good news for the Bengals. Wide receiver T. Higgins back in the lineup tonight after missing the last 3 games with a quad injury. But starting left tackle Orlando Brown will miss his 3rd straight game with a knee and lower leg injury. Cody Ford once again gets the start. And this just in, defensive tackle Sheldon Rankins. He made the trip with the team, but he got sick this morning. He's out. Rookie Chris Jenkins takes his spot in the lineup.
Wow, a lot going on for the Bengals, Melissa. Thank you. Lobby saw the great games today. The Steelers getting the win over the Ravens. That's where the Bengals stack up. They'll be more thinking about wild card. Chiefs get their first loss of the season, and the fans who are watching in here cheered loudly because a win tonight, and their Chargers are 2 games behind KC, and they'll meet in 3 weeks on a Sunday night at Arrowhead. Well, just a moment ago, our colleague Rodney Harrison, who played 9 years for the San Diego Chargers, at 26 picks, an All-Pro, honorary captain for the Chargers for tonight's game. Toss won by the Chargers, 2:38 up until the 2-minute warning as they are out of timeouts. Jim Harbaugh has Justin Herbert. He's had a lot of quarterbacks he's liked over the last few years.
He's like a dolphin, you know, he's just always, he's really smart, he's always having fun, he's laughing and joking.
You know, a tremendous athlete with you know, a lot of gifts of God.
This is the greatest quarterback in University of Michigan football, college football history.
I'm changing his name to Beast. He's Beast Herbert. Half man, half beast.
And there it is, typical pregame, getting his quarterback ready.
He catches passes from him, too.
Yeah.
He puts on the gloves, you know, he's got all of that. And nobody builds up their quarterback. Nobody makes their quarterback believe they are the greatest person on earth better than Jim Harbaugh.
Short 19-yard field goal is the last line of the first half that the Chargers love to bottle. They were terrific in the first 30 minutes, and Cincinnati's got some work to do. Down 24-6 here at the half. We go down to Melissa.
Zach, how do you slow this Chargers offense down?
Yeah, we just got to get one stop, get some momentum offensively, defensively. We're not in any sort of rhythm right now. We're giving up too many big plays on defense, too many 3-and-outs on offense, so we got to get fixed at halftime.
Yeah, back to your offense. How do you get the offense going?
Just get that first down, get some rhythm there, and then in the red zone, can't settle for 3 points, got to find a way to get 7.
Thanks, Zach.
Thank you.
Yeah, 2 trips to the red zone, 2 field goals. First downs, 17-7 Chargers in the first half. Points, 24-6 Chargers. Here's Maria Taylor at the Toyota halftime.
All right, thanks, Mike. It was a massive day at the top of the AFC. Then the Bills took down the undefeated Chiefs. The Steelers beat their division rivals from Baltimore. Up next, we're going to debate who's really the one to beat in the AFC. That's all coming up next on the Toyota halftime.
Want more stats? Just ask Siri. Who leads the league in receiving touchdowns?
This broadcast is copyrighted by NFL Productions for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this broadcast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the consent of NFL Productions is prohibited.
Tonight's first half replay is presented by Progressive.
Center stage in LA tonight. The Chargers and the Bengals on Sunday Night Football. This Chargers defense coming up big again.
Little sizzle on that toast.
Hard Will Dissly.
They're going to make a poster out of this throw. He is just feeling it out here tonight.
Over the top is Dobbin.
Does your coverage need a replay? See if you could save with Progressive.
5 drives to the Chargers. They scored on the last 4 in the first half. 24-6 to begin the third. We started with the Buzz, powered by AWS, and that Chargers defense, 10 straight games, 7 or fewer in the first half. That hasn't happened since 2001. Impressive streak for their defense, doing this to the Bengals offense, limiting them. And that 0 for 2 in the red zone, you heard Zach Taylor mention that right before halftime. Justin Herbert, play action has been terrific. He's at what would be a career high for play action rate, and has led to his 2 touchdown passes. Set for the third quarter here at SoFi. As you look at downtown LA, Mike Tirico, Chris Collinsworth, Melissa Stark down on the sideline. Our producer Rob Hyland, director, the Hall of Famer Drew Esikoff, and our Sunday night team. Our residency in LA, back-to-back weeks. We are here. Burrow puts it up, and it is knocked down. Derwin James from the back line gets in front of T. Higgins, and the Chargers come away with the victory. And this season of frustration continues for the Bengals.
Great play there by James, but a great call by Jesse Minter, too. He sent that fifth guy in pressure, which meant Burrow had to throw it a half tick before he wanted to. Here comes the pressure off of the back end. Burrow sees it, pressure in his face. He has to throw it when Higgins is only about halfway there. May have been a touchdown anyway, but some play by Derwin James. Incredible comeback, but let's give credit to the Chargers as well. When you have that in your face and things are going horribly wrong, to come back and make the plays they made on defense to save the day, give them credit.
When Joe Burrow throws for 356, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, and it's that repeated sinking feeling that has happened all year. J.K. Dobbins took the handoff, leaped into the end zone, and put the Chargers on top in the final seconds. And Derwin James comes from the back line to knock the Hail Mary away from T. Higgins to thwart the final efforts of a game. Joe Burrow, who brought his team out of a 21-point hole to tie it, but the Chargers improved to 7-3, and the Bengals dropped to a very frustrating and disappointing 4-7 with another one-score loss. It's Herbert and the Chargers night, 34-27. Chevrolet postgame comes your way right after these messages.
Welcome to the Chevrolet postgame. Here now, Mike Tirico.
Last year, the Los Angeles Chargers won 5 games. We haven't hit Thanksgiving, and they have 7 wins. Chargers beat the Bengals in a thrilling game here at SoFi, 34-27. Players of the game got it done early, and then at the end, Justin Herbert, no interceptions again, keeps that streak going. J.K. Dobbins, the game-winning rushing touchdown, but Ladd McConkey got them close enough to close the deal out, and the 3 players of the game standing by now with Melissa.
All right, Mike, thanks a lot. Justin, I'll start with you. How would you describe that win?
As a win. That's all we care about. This guy makes big plays. Ladd makes big plays when we needed it. It wasn't pretty, but we got the job done.
Yeah, I mean, it really was a tale of 2 halves. How did you ultimately pull this one out?
Yeah, we just stayed patient, kept fighting and understood that we got the right guys out there. It didn't go our way in the third and fourth quarter, but we just needed one more drive. Defense gave us that shot, so appreciate those guys.
And you mentioned these guys over here. Okay, Ladd, a couple of huge catches on that final drive. How'd you do it?
Shout out to the defense. I mean, they gave us opportunity after opportunity, and we came out and made plays when we had to.
Yeah, but those big catches, I mean, talk about your chemistry with this guy right here.
Yeah, he puts it on the money. It's we just got to catch it. So just run and he'll hit you in the chest, and yeah, so.
Make it look easy. All right, JK, I mean, you sealed the win. You have overcome so much with all of your injuries. How big of a moment was that for you?
It's big. I just want to thank Jesus. You know what I'm saying? All the stuff I've been through, I just keep praying, keep working hard, and I got these dudes with me, man. Amazing, amazing. You see what they do. So I just follow behind them.
Did you know you were going to score?
Yes. Yes.
I love it. All right, congratulations, guys.
Thank you.
Good times for these Chargers who see the other Harbaugh, John and the Ravens, come in here next Monday night. Well, Peacock has so much going on for you to stream this week. Start with the new thriller series, The Day of the Jackal, then keep the adrenaline going with Twisters. And, of course, you can wrap up this game in the day in the NFL. Sunday Night Football Final starts right now, streaming on Peacock. And here on your NBC station. Chris and I will look ahead to next Sunday night when the Rams are the home team in SoFi taking on the Eagles.
Welcome back to the Chevrolet postgame.
Welcome to Los Angeles, home of my Los Angeles Rams. Now, they were counted out, but the Rams...
Unbelievable.
They got a secret sauce. Now the Eagles come to town, and they're bringing the heat. Jalen Hurts and those weapons. Wow! I see. The Eagles and the Rams. Let's see what they bring to the table on Sunday night. We're cooking up something special. Caliente. Hey, let's go.
Both teams are caliente, Danny Trejo. They're both hot. 6 in a row for Philadelphia, and the Rams getting the win earlier today. Lose a Monday night game and go east. Usually not the equation to win, and they did a nice job winning in Foxborough.
Yeah, they really did, and they got behind early and had to come back. But Matthew Stafford got really hot at the end of the game, and who's hotter than Saquon Barkley? He's out of his mind right now. The way he finished the fourth quarter, it's going to be a great game right down here.
Really is. That good front of the Rams will be a lot of fun to watch the next Sunday night. It's the Rams and the Eagles right back here in SoFi. Well, when it's fun for the Chargers and they win, Jim Harbaugh has fun.
High fives ever. Yeah. Give each other a high five.
Right there with Derwin James. That's been one of the guys he's been connected with all year. High five's been a big thing here. So give me a high five.
I love Jim Harbaugh. Nobody cracks me up like he does. I'm just telling you, the guy is a show. He is just a show, and those players, they love him.
And Harbaugh against Harbaugh in here next week on Monday night. But Mr. and Mrs. Harbaugh, Mom and Dad aren't going to be here. They're going to be watching from Florida. You're going to be watching wherever you are tomorrow morning. The Today Show. Go inside the game with the Chargers and how the team's embraced the new culture in Coach Jim Harbaugh's first year at the helm.
Yeah.
Get that? May even see a little cameo from Jim in Morgan Chesky's feature tomorrow morning on Today, right here on NBC. Our final score from LA tonight. Chargers 34, Bengals 27. And coming up next, except out here on the West Coast, it's your local news. And don't forget an all-new Jimmy Fallon tonight as well, coming up right after your local news. Our thanks, Rob Hyland, Drew Esikoff, that whole great Sunday night team down in the trucks and out here on the cameras and the audio equipment with Chris Collinsworth, Melissa Stark, and Terry McCauley back in the studio. Mike Tirico. Good night from LA, where the Chargers score late to win 34-27.
NBC Sports thanks you for watching this presentation of the National Football League.